Hello and welcome back to another Pricey HD video, and today we've got, well, it's a bit unusual to you guys because we've got another game of the week. Now I decided to do this because, well, to give just a little bit extra content on the weekend, and it was so difficult to decide between the two games in the end that I decided to do both Arsenal and Leicester and Man City and Tottenham. So that is the entire top four in 2 games, which is pretty insane. You can see we do get off to a brilliant start, actually, against my brother. Aguero scores in a bit of a hasty goal, but a goal nonetheless. And we'll look at this game, we'll analyse it, we'll see who we think will come out on top, even if the upload's slightly late. But it is Manchester City vs Tottenham, Sunday the 14th of February, which is the day of love, Valentine's Day, and it is 4:15. Whether there'll be much love between these two sides, well, we'll have to find out. Tottenham are probably in the form of their life. Literally, they haven't been quite this good in a very, very long time. In fact, they are in the top 4. Forget about that, they're in the top 2 at the moment. And they have the biggest possible chance ever of actually finishing in a Champions League spot. This is got to be their best chance in many, many, many years, and if they actually somehow mess this up, then, well, all I can say is I'll feel very sorry for them. They've got Man City today, and of course, with the game in hand on 5th, as 5th Manchester United are on 41 points, they have an opportunity to go, let me work it out, yep, they have an opportunity to go 10 points in front of Manchester United, which is, of course, not an opportunity you get every day. So they'll be wanting to win this game. However, Man City have an opportunity to go 9 points in front of Manchester United and increase the gap from 4th as well. So Man City need the win because, let's be honest, with the season that they're having, many people predicted them as, well, champions. And then you look at the season they're having, they suddenly went on a bit of, well, not bad form as such, but not exactly. They sort of had a bit of a slip up on point. And along with Arsenal, sort of flew down from 1st and 2nd to 3rd and 4th, and it ended up sort of being quite unusual. You can see they lost Leicester, they did beat Man City, they did beat Sunderland, sorry, not Man City, what the hell am I about? And the game before that they beat Villa in the FA Cup, but the loss against Leicester did sort of suddenly fly them down the league, which was quite surprising. And then you've got them sitting 1 point behind Tottenham, 1 point behind Arsenal, and, well, 6 points behind top Leicester. I apologise for that, by the way. That is Windows 10. This stupid noise. Anyway, we've got a very interesting affair here, and the prediction from Mark Lawrenson, as he predicts every single time on the BBC Sport website, is 2-2. And the prediction from Sam, which is Sports Analytics Machine, a super computer created by Professor Ian McHale to predict the outcome of football matches, as I mentioned last time, is 1-1. That's the most probable score, apparently. The probability of a home win is 52%, the probability of a draw is 24%, and the probability of an away win to Tottenham is 24% also. So they're really saying, which is, well, quite unusual when you put all the statistics together, which I thought this computer's meant to do. I'm presuming it's basing it on past results. They're saying that Man City are far outweighing the possibility of a win here. And it will almost certainly be a Man City win. There's more than half a chance of that. But the most probable score for some reason is 1-1, which, well, doesn't really make much sense to me. If the probability of a home win is 52%, yet the probability of a draw is 24%, surely they must use some sort of other system to actually predict the outcome of the goals. I don't really know how this machine works, but so it's stupid, isn't it? I mean, you can't really predict football matches. According to this Sam machine, literally both games between the top 4 will be a draw, and literally all it'll do is shove everyone 1 point ahead, but change nothing apart from the fact that Man United will be 1 more point away from everyone. So really, when you actually look at it, literally this computer just seems to say, oh no, it'll be a draw. It's a bit rubbish, isn't it, really? It'd be funny if it actually ends up correct though. Because for both games it said 1-1. Manchester City have beaten Tottenham though in each of their last 5 home games. That's probably a stat that the computer somehow took into account. I don't really know how it's even possible to take variables like football into computer statistics. Like, yeah, you can use all the stats, but how are you meant to work out averages and things like that when literally football has got so much variables in that it is virtually impossible to, pretty much. Spurs' 4-1 win in the reverse fixture was only their second victory in 11 league games against City. So, although most recently Spurs completely destroyed City in a 4-1 win, I remember that. That was a brilliant game. I believe Eric Dier scored as well. He was in my fantasy team at the time, so get in there. But they hadn't won many before that. In fact, they'd only won one in the 10 games before that. The last 9 league meetings have produced 41 goals, which, well, here is an average of 4.5 goals per game. So, you're not guaranteed goals, but there's a good chance that there's going to be quite a few goals today, which isn't good for my fantasy team because I've got Joe Hart in goal and I have got Eric Dier as well, so that's not too great. But I do have Dele Alli, so hopefully Dele Alli can get a goal or two. That would be pretty brilliant, actually. Manuel Pellegrini's side won 21 points from their opening 9 league games, but have claimed just 26 points from their subsequent 16 matches. So, since their start to the season, being fabulous, they've really sort of dropped off a bit. They've only earned 5 more points in the equivalent of 7 more games, which is less than 1 point a game on average earned over the previous statistic, which is just quite damn ridiculous, to be quite frankly honest. Manchester City have dropped a league low 3 points from games in which they have taken the lead. They've won 14 and lost 1. So that is that's really quite positive. That's a really good, actually. That's quite rare. And they could lose 2 consecutive home league games for the first time since December 2008 if they are to lose, which is, well, that is quite unusual. That hasn't happened since 2008, of course, as the statistic just said. And Sergio Aguero has scored 10 goals in 8 Premier League appearances against Tottenham. He is the leading 2016 goal scorer so far with 7, so he's on brilliant form. Tottenham have won 4 successive league games, which is the best current run in the division, and they have the best defensive record, conceding only 19 goals, and have let in more than 1 goal on only 3 occasions. That is insane. Tottenham's defence has suddenly become the best in the Premier League. Like, seriously, like, I've always rated Tottenham's defence, I'm not going to lie. It's weird because as an individual defence, some brilliant names in there. You've got Yamatongan, who I believe is injured at the moment anyway, but you've got Eric Dier, who actually plays in centre mid, though. So this is a brilliant start to my lineup of defenders. But nonetheless, you've got the likes of Hugo Lloris in goal as well. And it's a bit weird, Tottenham, because they've never been brilliant defensively as a team, yet they've always seemed to have decent defenders. I remember, of course, this year they've got Toby Alderweireld, and Alderweireld is a brilliant player. I remember buying him on my Everton career mode. In fact, he wasn't so good then, but he's improved on FIFA, I believe. In fact, let me have a look. I want to have a look at how well Alderweireld is doing. I've just spelled his name entirely wrong, but oh well. On FIFA at the moment, his overall rating is 82, which is better than last year's, of course, and he has got a potential of 84. So, I mean, he's improving, of course. He has, in fact, he dropped potential for a short while, and then he suddenly came back up this year to the same potential he was back in 2011. So he dropped down to 83 potential for a bit. Now he's back up to 84 and his overall rating is the best it's ever been. He hasn't really moved much since 2010 according to this graph. And again, this graph looks really weird. I'm not sure quite what's going on here. Like, this graph is really quite weird. No, I lie. I completely lie. I don't know why. 1 minute. This is really odd. Oh, there we go. I get you. In fact, just ignore everything that's just happened. That's very unprofessional. Anyway, we are coming to the end of this game of the week, so I do wonder, what are my predictions? Now, I said the draw. I said draw for Arsenal-Leicester. For this one, I have had to think about this. I sort of want Tottenham to win. I don't know why. I think it would be brilliant just to see Man City not doing dreadful, because I don't mind Man City as such, but I just think because Tottenham are one of them teams that never ever seem to quite do what their targets say, which is basically top 4. It'd be quite hilarious, in fact, to actually see them finish like second or even first, because it's not like the title race is over whatsoever. Of course, everyone wants Leicester to finish first. That's my want anyway. Probably won't happen. It could. What do I say now? Do I say it probably will happen, but it could not? Or do I say that it probably won't happen, but it could? That's a bit of a weird one, because they are only 5 points behind Leicester, and if Tottenham are to win today and Leicester are to lose, then that's a quite possible outcome of today's games, and suddenly the league table looks so much closer again. But there's no pressure on Leicester, in my opinion. They can just go out and do what they want, hopefully win the league and see what happens. This game, though, I just don't know. I want a Tottenham win, but I've got a feeling that it'll either be a draw or Man City. But I don't know why, because Man City aren't exactly because Tottenham are on the form of their life, so I don't really know why I would say that. That was just what came out of my gut. So, I mean, I think it's because normally when I want a team to win, they don't. Hence, I'm a Birmingham fan. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, won't we? But I bet it'll be a great game. Statistics suggest that anyway. So I do thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.